video leaks of Diddy assaulting Cassie. Let's talk about some heavy A lot of us were at least a little bit skeptical because there was kind of a lack of evidence. You had a lot of personal testimonials about Diddy, but we didn't really have in-your-face evidence like what we got when we saw this tape of him and Cassie. Does this change your opinion about what you think of the man? I don't know who wants to grab the mic.
No, I always thought a nigga that called himself.
I've always heard stories about this nigga's crazy. So it's like when I saw the video, it was just like, damn, like this shit is crazy. Like it's as true as it can get.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But nah, the video was ridiculous. I mean, like when he sat down, thought a little bit, and threw the vase at her. Yeah, that shit is crazy.
You can't trust a nigga whose rebrand was to call himself Love. Yeah, like that's how you know, nigga, you fake positive.
Yeah,
like, I'm Love now.
Meta World
I'm just gonna embody.
You know what I'm saying?
Meta World Peace is different. You know, that's a Muslim name.
Is it?
You know,
Oh, okay.
He's giving his life to God, Allah. But you know, Diddy was just trying to throw niggas off the set. Huh?
How is that a Muslim?
You got to ask Ron Artest.
Yeah, it was for that.
He took the name Odd at a certain point when he was trying to rebrand, right? And wasn't it after that gigantic fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, Malice in the Palace.
Malice in the Palace, yes.
You know, he used to drink Hennessy at halftime. They said that he used to get drunk.
You could just do that?
That is kind of
you
fun.
can do what you want.
Yeah, if you was Dennis Rodman type.
I feel like Diddy, I mean, like, it's a compulsive behavior of having power, and your significant other is supposed to be a significant other, and you're not supposed to like try to overpower them because you're a powerful person. You got to have a soft spot somewhere. I think that's what he was about.
Which inevitably ends up happening. We talked about it on the news or whatever.
Okay.
It was just like when you hand somebody golden handcuffs, it's, you know, it's
the gold.
It inevitably gets abusive, you know what I mean? Like, you just start to abuse that power, you start to beat on it, start to fucking...
He seems to get aroused by dehumanizing people. And, like, it seems to be just part of, like, his pathology of the way he treats, especially people that are close to him, especially people that work with him. And this has been an ongoing thing. And we've known this for so long. And we've known, I mean, like, beyond just the dark cloud, which could be coincidental, that shrouds his name with the death of Biggie, with the incarceration of G-Dep, the what happened with Shine, the incarceration of Shine, the death of Black Rob.
Okay, but you're combining a bunch of things that he couldn't really possibly be responsible for, like the Biggie thing and the G-Dep thing was something that he's like clearly responsible for.
He made Dylan walk for cheesecake.
Yeah, but he explained on the pod.
That explains
Shout out to my boy Ines.
That was Ines, and he explained that it looked a lot worse than it really was.
Yeah, of course.
What, the cheesecake?
Of course.
Yeah,
and now,
and
now
TV
he's
Magic. He said they got to stop and get snacks and shit.
And now he's got his own cheesecake brand. You feel me? He flipped the script on it. Like, but regardless,
Are they eating off that? They walked to get the damn cheesecake.
I don't think making the band is participating.
Ines has his own cheesecake brand.
He does.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
So he's capitalized off of it in the flyest way he possibly
does?
But that wasn't Diddy's plan. He was just trying to
just make a little bit at first.
Of course. No, my point is obviously he's not necessarily. Handful of those events I mentioned, he is partially responsible for, like the Shine thing. Regardless, Biggie's death potentially, we don't know for sure, but you know, there's a lot of strong speculation that alludes to that. But beyond that, that's just referring to the dark cloud that he's shrouded in. Now we've heard all these different rumors of abuse for years, and now giving this actual visual to it, it's kind of like off the chain. It's the dot at the exclamation mark of like, damn, Diddy, what's really good, fool?
But do you think people are overreacting when they see that clip in the sense that they are basically convicting in their mind Diddy of every single thing that has been said about him because of the existence of that one
100%.
video?
Well,
is that a little bit too much of an overreach?
I think it's more so like, we see this, now everything else could be true, so let's just wait and see. But this is damning enough. Nigga, did you see him run through that lobby?
Yeah.
It's like he did it before he came through, got on the ground, bowed, picked the bag up, dragged. He didn't even make eye contact with it.
That was ugly.
Certain parts of it seemed like it was in a movie.
Literally.
That's how unreal
I thought it was AI at first. So I was like, is this
And it's crazy because
real?
even if like 20% of all the stories that we heard are real, like 20%, that's a lot of dirt.
That's a big
That
20%.
shit muddy, that shit stink. You know what I mean?
I mean, the footage is disgusting at the end of the day, though.
Yeah, the
I
footage
mean,
is
ain't really no like.
deplorable.
It's fucked up, bro. Like anybody. I mean, there's no way to look at it and be like, well, I take that back. I guess if you're the type of nigga that does that, then I guess you could look at that and be like, damn.
That wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're an average human that's like, you know, got empathy for somebody going through that, it looked like she was trying to escape.
Nah,
And,
yeah, because I'm good. I got water, but
yeah,
no,
like, yeah.
I kind of like wonder because I have an interview that's dropping pretty soon where it was a rapper speaking like very openly about how he does not hold back when it comes to assaulting his girlfriend, and I was really trying to like push him in the direction of like, nah, like you don't really want to say that. And he was doubling down on it, and I'm just like, in the light of that fucking Diddy thing, I'm just like, man.
What do you mean he's open to it? Like he was just casually.
Not even. He was just saying that's part of it.
Like
their life. Like
yeah.
she gonna get smacked. Like he was not pulling
Yeah, like
punches about
I had
it.
to beat my bitch before I eat breakfast, but that's fine. Like,
Yo,
shit like
literally,
that.
that kind of thing.
Can I ask y'all a hypothetical question? If let's say you're walking down the street and you see a dude beating the shit out of a woman, would you intervene?
Not if they're homeless.
No, just like
That's their
a good
culture.
point.
okay, let's say
They be
they're
doing
not-
that.
let's
That's
say they're
more.
not
That's
homeless.
relevant to
I don't know if that's relevant in my eyes, but let's say they're not homeless.
Nah, I'm probably not doing nothing,
No.
and I'm not gonna feel bad for it neither.
Oh, no.
I'm not gonna feel like I'm not Superman. I'm not God. I can't save everybody.
Nigga, what you think he Hancock?
Yeah, nah, nigga.
What if the guy looks like Shaq? What if like you intervening makes it
Hell
very
no.
likely that you are going to be the one paralyzed?
I probably try to plead with him. Like, nigga, you should be using
really
these
gonna
talents
ask-
for something else.
Yeah.
But that's intervening.
Even if you need to get on a
That's
basketball
intervening,
court
though.
somewhere.
My God, you're
That's
7 feet tall. You don't need to be doing this.
Man, you could drive by like, hey man, y'all quit that in the middle of
Right,
the
yeah,
but
yeah.
that,
What?
answer your
Question.
question.
Like,
Again,
come on,
that's
man, y'all
intervening.
show it out. Like, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
I'm not saying
but
When
just
the motherfucker
like
ain't
John
gotta
Wick.
stop.
Just
But where does that
hey,
lead to?
One of those.
Where does the A
I'm-
lead to?
I'm
It
going
leads to
to-
one, two, or two
No,
things.
it
You
ain't
leaving, or you just getting out
He's
the
keeping
car
his
and having to
energy
fight the
moving
nigga.
forward.
No,
Okay.
I'm just saying, if they showing out like where they could go to jail and it's a couple, like, hey man, y'all cool out. Like,
You want to know what I
slide
think?
out.
That's the
A
equivalent.
motherfucker flinch at me.
That's the equivalent to telling the homeless nigga to stay hydrated. Like it's not really doing. You ain't really
I
doing
smoke my
nothing.
piece. I'm not hopping out to stop you. That's a different story. Because
Yeah.
then if
Right,
he
that's
want to
different.
do
Now-
something, then the nigga did something for not minding my business.
Now,
And then
if it
you
was
find out
Because
this.
Now,
you
if
know
it was
said
like
we gonna
a-
do something to each other at the end of the day.
But if it was like your comrade, right? If it was your comrade,
Definitely
That's a
does.
You
different
heard-
story completely.
you're saying something,
I'm
right?
talking about
The
strangers.
odds of your
Yeah,
homie
okay.
trying to kill you over that is much lower than a random person. You don't know what you're walking into. Like they could just be, they could be on I'm beating energy, and then you try to intervene. Now I'm on killing energy. You know,
on, man.
they can switch real quick. So
She
Because
might
the
even try to
intervention
help.
is not
Right.
only on
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
It's not only on her behalf. It's on his behalf as well. Because you're like,
So
hey,
what
you
was
could go-
Diddy security guards doing? Like they
were
want to
chilling.
tell
They
the
were-
stories, but y'all was watching this shit happen.
They obviously wasn't watching the door because Cassie got out that bitch.
I feel like there was no security because they were just chilling in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, because Gene Deal had a quote where I didn't actually watch the clip, but he was saying that she was stealing a fucking watch. Like, worth,
I heard
you
that.
know, all this shit.
like there was possessions in the bag that belonged to him that was very prized, and so like on
After
top of
he
her
done
trying
called
to
her a
leave.
million bitches and bum assholes and all that, you stupid bitch and all that. Yeah, she trying to cuff something, get up out of there. So
Yeah.
she know that shit don't mean nothing to you.
Yeah,
You trying to keep her on zero, bro, in the house, talk shit about her. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
While you having your way.
but okay,
And he stole her from
but
Brian Leslie to
if
begin
you
with.
saw a
Forgot
dude,
that.
if
But
you
he's
saw a
still
dude
it,
really
though.
like brutally beating a chick, I feel like a lot of us would just snap into like, I need to stop this mode, right?
Thank you.
yeah, brutally.
Thank you.
brutally.
Well,
No,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like I'm trying to picture like a really
brutally.
bad one in my head. I
Yeah,
feel like
like
you would
if I'm-
just have to.
No,
I mean, if I'm witnessing a murder.
So, and because I was in this very same room a year and a half ago having this same conversation and was admonished and called a simp for saying that I would want to intervene and do
But who are you
something.
talking
Who
to?
said this to you?
But you got to stand on your morals.
I think it was Sharp.
Oh, for
wow.
sure he said this.
You was talking to the wrong guy.
Suspect and somebody else.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You got to say that around
We all
Jimmy.
could have told you what those answers were going to be, man.
Yeah, man.
I just want to know if I was.
I
completely out
mean,
of
we
pocket.
don't even have
Yeah, nah,
to
you're not
get
tripping for
into
wanting
that
to
You're
protect
not,
women.
you're not tripping for that. Yeah, no, fuck no.
Yeah, when you're
But
in
there is a certain level of cautiousness that you need to be in those situations. Like,
Especially,
you need to assess whether it's a ride by, just yell something out, a stop. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
was
yeah,
in
yeah.
mixed company the other day and having a conversation, and at a certain point, I was like,
hanging out with Drake.
no, it's just like certain people started to like kind of like I saw that people were shocked when I said something that imbibed that I know and am friends with multiple pimps. And I like kind of realized in that moment, like, you can't just acknowledge that
that's
in
real.
normal
What kind of
conversation
people
with
you're around?
boring white people. Like they're just going to be shocked.
Because when you said mixed
Yeah.
company,
Yeah.
I said, okay, I know what that is.
There's a lot of
You can't bring it
environments
up
in my
to
life
these
in
folks,
which like
right?
normal no jumper shit is seen
Yeah.
as very, very shocking and salacious.
You code switch more than most black people probably.
Yeah, you do.
For sure.
Many codes.
For sure.
I'm a game genie.
Nigga, you are
I got codes.
you're a Rubik's Cube.
That's
whole
why.
code
That's why.
guide.
Bro, he standing on his shit. That's why it's
That's
like
real.
he go code switch and stand on that
incredible.
shit. I fuck with it. Yeah.
Adam speak Hoover and Hebrew.
Goodness gracious.
He speak all that shit.
Nah,
that
nigga.
shit.
Thoughts break, baby.
Yeah, you learned Hoover first, man.
No, I don't speak that language. I don't know what
Before
they
you
got going.
learned neighborhood.
I
speak it
know
all,
Big
nigga.
Deal. He's very chill. That's
Yeah,
the only
big
one I know.
deal, dope.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Sign language.
How do you feel? Because I feel like it's more pressure for large hip hop media figures and powerhouses. I feel like the pressure is on them to denounce the video and Diddy. I feel like the pressure is on you. I'm gonna be real. I don't think they're waiting on you.
A lot of, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people, because I have no
Right.
relationship to Diddy and
Right,
stuff. It's a lot
right,
harder
right.
for somebody like
Yeah.
Joe to come out and make a statement, and you saw how they edited it out because they
Right.
thought that they didn't take it serious enough, which I was really interested in because to me it's like, how the fuck do you talk about that video without taking it pretty fucking serious?
I know
Like,
Charlamagne finally did a donkey.
I mean,
of the
you
day
laugh
for,
when you
him,
brought it
too,
up.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Did you laugh when you brought it up?
Did I? I wasn't trying to make it super lighthearted like that. Yeah.
Have y'all seen? Y'all seen the most recent Christian Combs video that he put out, where he's like he has a new rap song, and he basically is saying,
Oh, the diss?
and he's
Oh,
like,
yeah, we heard that,
I
yeah.
dare you to say no Diddy to my face.
But that kind of got taken out the conversation because that
It's
came out
irrelevant
like
now.
2-3 days before the
It's
hotel
null and void
video.
now,
It did,
yeah.
but you know,
So all of a sudden it's kind of like, oh, really? Well, different
He's
conversation.
still riding
now.
with his dad.
yeah, I'm.
You got to ride with your dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like shit.
I
But
just
I
talked
mean,
to, I talked to bro. I FaceTimed with bro a few days ago.
did you
Really?
tell him no
Yeah,
Diddy?
but I did not tell him no Diddy.
Damn, that
You
would've been
talked to
wild.
King
But
Combs
did
on
you tell him
FaceTime a
that
few
you're
days ago?
guilty of saying no Diddy before?
Oh, I
You
will
looked that
absolutely.
up?
I mean, like I
Did
say
you
no.
You
tell
talked
him?
to King
I
Combs a
said
couple
you
days
tell
ago.
He
him.
did. He was telling us.
Hold
yeah.
up, you need a harder stance on this Diddy video. Though.
Yeah,
How you
what the
feel?
fuck? Yeah.
I mean, I feel exactly how I said. You know.
Okay,
I
okay,
think it's
okay.
Pretty. It's
No, you
obviously-
did have
feel
you
like-
did have a hard
Obviously, the
stance.
content of the video is absolutely deplorable. You know what I mean? Like,
Gotcha, gotcha.
now,
Deplorable.
is there
That's a-
any type of context that can be created that justifies that in your eyes? No.
But also, how do you
I
feel?
mean, I had to get real creative, but probably not.
Okay, how do we feel about existing in a media landscape in which everybody is expected to basically like turn on somebody that they have like a multi-decade long relationship with? It's kind of interesting.
Some people
I don't,
20, 30 years.
I don't have that problem with Diddy, but at the same time, do I really expect Joe Budden to go all in on him in that situation? I mean, not really. Like, I understand how a friendship works, which is that you don't necessarily like leap at the opportunity to
Yeah,
throw your
to really
homie
go
under
in.
the bus. But at the same time, it's like you're not really a solid podcaster unless you're willing to have at least some degree of that conversation on camera.
And I think it's not even podcasting skill. I think it's this is one of those moments where everybody's kind of checking everybody's morality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's they trying to figure out where everybody's code of ethics are. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you as somebody with a large platform and a big voice gonna denounce Diddy? You know what I'm saying?
Because he looks
I
like the
could- yeah.
boogeyman regardless. Like
Right,
even the
yeah.
fact that nobody's talking about it means he's even scarier. Like that shit is crazy.
But that's
Nobody
not,
wants
but,
to talk
but,
about
like
it.
denouncing him is not really a hot take.
Yeah.
At this point, defending him would be the hot take.
Yeah.
That's
You
true.
know what I mean? Like,
That's true. Yeah.
No one's fucking with that. Like,
Yeah, that's
nobody.
true.
Although people might not be jumping out the window and elaborating to the extent that we have, nobody is co-signing that actions. Like,
That's true.
But
I haven't
Yeah,
I
you're
didn't
right.
see it, but I heard people saying that Sharp and Almighty were being pretty accommodating about it, right?
They were,
Of course.
Yeah,
and
they was
also
definitely.
Zrel, there is no bad behavior that he will not defend. Like that's kind of his thing, is that he'll always defend somebody like Diddy doing that.
And I think that there is an element that comes into play of like motherfuckers don't want to tear down like a black icon, and there's things like
Especially off
What
the first rip.
was the heat
because-
of the conversation to make him snap like that? Was it the come down off the drugs? Was she like really like, or was it him just trying to be dominant and she was just trying to get away from it? Because she like,
It looked like she was trying to sneak away to me.
yeah,
and that's what really fucked him up in
yeah.
terms of how that shit was perceived
Yeah.
publicly.
Yeah.
It looked like she was making her grand exit getaway.
Yeah, because
She
it could have
didn't
been
get
like,
Like
damn,
a-
you keep fucking over me, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go,
But
and
it-
that probably
but
was
it's also-
like the last dance.
That shit was
like,
the last scene of the movie, nigga.
yeah.
But it's also just abuse. Like, why does people who beat dogs, like, what do you think goes through their head? It's like it's a power dynamic. It's just it's something that
Free
has,
Ralphie.
What was the date? What was the date on the video?
Let her hate that shit.
I think it was
Nigga, that shit was
2016.
yeah, like
Oh yeah,
2016.
nah, that wasn't the last dance. She was right back with him. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like she's going through this shit, getting away and going right back. That's the shit you can't fucking fuck with.
So you got the
Like-
same perspective as Sharp, because Sharp had that pimp perspective, like why she just keep going back?
Why does she?
Why-
No,
Have y'all
it's
not
like
heard of
Because
everybody.
it's golden handcuffs.
No,
You
what the
never been a
fuck are
woman
golden
before.
handcuffs if you getting your ass whooped?
Brick, have you not
You
heard?
getting your ass whooped ain't nothing worth your self freedom and pride. Like shit, at that point, get what you could get out of getting your ass whooped. You did it anyway. 20 years later,
Nah,
you kept
but-
on getting your ass whooped
See,
that
you
long.
thinking
Rick, y'all-
with testosterone though, you a dude.
But do y'all not know what Stockholm syndrome is? It's literally like
Yeah.
people that are victims of severe
Of their-
abuse over prolonged periods.
I'm
of
not
time,
saying that
and
she
even kidnapped.
I know you
like,
can't
Yeah.
control it, but it's like, come on, how many
Nigga,
times you gonna go back?
She would
That
she
is
would have
what
been
I'm
some
saying.
poor Cambodian girl on the island if it wasn't for the like it's not
She's
that
still
easy.
Cassie.
It's
Bro.
literally not
She's
that
Cambodian?
No.
No, she's part
Oh.
Filipino.
Yeah, she
Oh,
was.
she all right, well,
Yeah.
wrong one.
But that's the thing about
Yeah, you can't say
I'm fucking around.